Good morning to you. Mark Sudduth here in Lake City, Florida. It's almost 11 a.m. on Friday the 27th. Obviously, everything that we have been screaming about the last several days has unfortunately come to fruition. Devastating landfall of Hurricane Helene. Now it's moving up into the southeast. And again, as so many of us that know what we are talking about did talk about, we are seeing catastrophic flooding, millions without power, the threat of tornadoes. It just goes on and on and on, and it's going to take a long time for people to come back from this, seeing truly devastating results of the storm surge along a good stretch of the Florida west coast up into the Big Bend. Just wow. You know, the part of my job that's the hardest is the driving. That's the hardest part. And then the second hardest part is seeing how these things impact people when it's all said and done. We get so excited to go to work and put our talent and our tools to use for the greater good, but at the cost of seeing where people's lives are changed and in some cases, unfortunately, ended. But I know in the end that what we do is important. It helps people, and we really, I think, appreciate that from an entire team here. And I want to talk about that for a second and thank a lot of different people that have helped to make this possible. Our social media following, our patrons, our people that invest their money in what we're doing. All of that equipment that you saw, and by the way, it is all still running. I'm very proud of that. Every one of our camera systems as of right now is still streaming live. I think that says a lot about the equipment itself. And of course, the Verizon network, they are not a sponsor. We pay our Verizon bill just like everybody else. Now, luckily, we do have the support of our crowdfunding crew, and that certainly helps with that. But, I mean, it was just a very successful field mission. I think on the whole, the most successful we have ever had. If you check all the boxes, this did the most. I'm going to be going through a lot of the video, pulling it down off the cloud, as they say, and creating clips and highlights and time lapses, and I'll post that either later today or certainly over the weekend. A couple other things, didn't have any notes for this, I'm just kind of shooting from the hip. I really again want to thank our back-end team. They know who they are, especially the people that helped to build some of this technology out. Their talent, their expertise, and their commitment to this project is absolutely everything to me, and again, it has made a huge difference. Huge thank you as well to our friends at Fox Weather. Their support and their believing in me to bring me on their team has been just tremendous. And of course, our friends over at Quick Dams up in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, their support over the last year has just helped as well. It all adds up so that we can do exactly what we did down here. Really appreciate Greg Nordstrom coming out to help set up the equipment, and Marcel Legabo coming down from his job that he works when he's not studying the weather. He came down from Wisconsin for this, and just truly amazing team effort here. Now the hard part begins, everybody having to clean up, pick up, and move on, and try to start from zero in some cases here, and pick up the pieces. And you know, there's going to be life after Helene. I said that in one of my updates recently, that I thought this was going to be looked at as there's before Helene and after Helene, and that's what this date will be remembered for, the 26th into the 27th. And that's just, you know, part of it. We live with these weather phenomenon, and here we are. So I'm going to be going to Orlando. My hotel here in Lake City does not have power. I've got a lot of work to do. Over the weekend, I'll be working to collect the equipment. And then, of course, we have to watch what's happening in the tropics. It's not over by a long shot. More activity possible in the Gulf of Mexico. I hopefully will be able to do a video discussion later this afternoon. I should, from my hotel in Orlando. So again, a huge thank you, everybody across social media, all the new followers on Twitter, on, I don't know, it's X, but I call it Twitter affectionately. And of course, our YouTube and our patrons. Huge thank you. Glad you're following. Hope you'll stick around. We do a lot more than just hurricanes, and it's all because of and supported by you. Have a great rest of your Friday. I'm Mark Sudduth signing off from Lake City for now. I'll see you next on a video update later today.